The Great Pyramid of Giza exists at a scale that defies the natural landscape. It is a terrifying mountain of human-carved stone. Builders stacked 2.3 million blocks, the largest weighing 50 tons, equivalent to 30 cars stacked together. These materials traveled 800 kilometers from Aswan to Giza, entirely without wheels or iron tools. For centuries, this mathematical anomaly created a vacuum in human understanding. An enduring tradition of occult mythology grew in that space, seeking to explain how such a feat was possible. To these occultists and the secret societies of Europe, the pyramid functioned as a magical machine. They viewed the structures as specialized equipment for high-level ritual, rather than royal tombs. One specific theory claims the labor was accomplished through the music of the spheres. This esoteric tradition suggests the priests used subatomic vibrational frequencies to levitate the blocks, moving 50 tons of granite through silent, sonic manipulation. These mystics describe the dark interior shafts as initiation chambers. They believe the precise alignment of the stone allowed for astronomical divination, creating a physical interface for communing with gods. While we often view these monuments as milestones of human enlightenment, the architectural evidence points toward a specific, darker historical intent. Islamic theology offers a direct reversal of this romanticized myth. It frames the pyramids as monuments to spiritual failure, the ultimate architectural artifacts of tyranny. The Quran records the pharaoh's absolute rule. His power reached such a state of delusion that he eventually proclaimed himself a living god to his subjects. To prove this divinity, Pharaoh commanded his minister Haman to construct a tower reaching into the clouds. He intended to build a physical staircase to heaven to challenge the God of Moses. This is Promethean hubris. It is the act of a mortal ruler using monumental masonry to physically usurp divine authority. The Egyptian clergy maintained their status through similar means. Their magic functioned as a calculated system of psychological warfare, using their mastery of the environment to secure total control over the population. The sheer scale of the pyramid provides the psychological force of gravity. These 480-foot artificial mountains were engineered to cast shadows across the entire labor force, using physical mass to induce a permanent state of awe and submission. To preserve this control, the elite class convinced the public that their power was eternal. They promised a divine return, ensuring the social order remained unbroken even after the ruler's death. Mummification provided the physical evidence for this claim. Rulers had their bodies dried in salt for 40 days and wrapped in thousands of meters of linen, a desperate attempt to keep the human form from returning to the earth. The combination of artificial mountains, preserved corpses, and secret rituals reveals the infrastructure of the world's first large-scale machinery of state terror. The historical aftermath exposes the failure of that system. Ancient looters breached the impenetrable stone, stripping the white limestone and leaving the massive chambers empty. The Quranic verdict notes that these grand plots and the quest for physical immortality ended in total ruin. This failure contrasts sharply with the Islamic philosophy of science and architecture. This tradition rejects the urge for oppressive grandeur. Instead, it commands humanity to walk gently on the earth, seeking a path of cooperation with the natural world. You can see this in the organic proportions of historic Cairo. The mosques and minarets were designed to integrate with family life and worship, avoiding the wide avenues and massive facades typically used for military parades and state intimidation. The goal of this architecture is to transform heavy stone into a vibration of light. It aims to elevate the spirit through geometry and clarity, rather than crushing the viewer under the weight of sheer mass. True power does not require the burial of humanity under millions of tons of stone. Today, the pyramids stand exactly as the Quran described them, as eternal monuments to the inherent dangers of human error.